Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. My seminar topic is GST Business Models of Agriculture and Agribusiness, presented by Swati S. MCOM Final, MPM Government, First Grade College, Karkala. First, introduction. The single largest sector contributing to the Indian economy is the agriculture. It alone accounts up to 16% of the Indian GDP. Hence, the effect of GST on agriculture growth was one of the major concerns after the implementation of GST taxes in the country. Furthermore, the impact GST on agricultural sector was expected to be more of an indirect impact. However, the real questions of the polemical topic is whether the role of GST in agriculture has proven to be beneficial for this market sector or has acted as a banning. The impact of GST on agricultural sector is foreseen to be positive. The agricultural sector is the largest contributing sector, the overall Indian GDP. It covers around 16% of Indian GDP. The implementation of GST would have an impact on many sections of the society. One of the major issues faced by the agricultural sector is the transportation of agricultural products across state lines all over India. It is highly probable that GST shall resolve the issue of transportation. GST may provide India with its first national market for the agricultural goods. There are a lots of clarifications which need to be provided for rates for agricultural products. Special reduced rates should be declared for items like tea, coffee, milk under the GST. Next, laws prior to the implementation of GST rate on agriculture. Before the implementation of GST on agriculture, certain food items like rice, sugar, salt, wheat, flour were free from paying taxes under CEN Also, agricultural products went through numerous licensing process earlier. Thus, a number indirect taxes were applied under the previous tax laws. Under the state VAT, cereals and grains were taxed at the rate of 4%. There are certain food items like rice, sugar, salt, wheat, flour which are exempted from CEN CEN means Central Value Added Tax. CEN credit is a credit in respect of central exercise on input purchased for the manufacture or duty paid in relation to the manufacture of the final product. Under the state VAT means value added tax is a consumption tax placed on a product whenever value is added at each stage of a supply chain from production to the point of sale. Cereals and grains are taxed at the rate of 4%. Agricultural products go through a lot of licensing and a number of indirect tax, VAT, excise duty, service tax under the current tax laws. State VAT is currently applicable to all agricultural goods at each state. It passes through prior to final consumption. Although there are certain exemptions available from state VAT for certain unprocessed food products like meat, eggs, fruits, vegetables, etc. NAM National Agricultural Market is a national introduced by the central government. It provides all the farmers and traders in the market with a singular and uniform e-commerce platform for a transparent and impartial trade of agri commodities. Prior to the GST effect on the agricultural industry, the implementation of NMA scheme was challenging due to non-uniform and variable state VAT and APMC laws. APMC full form Agriculture Processed Marketing Committee. However, there have also been huge advantage on GST on agriculture as after GST has been levied a successful path for establishment and implementation of NMA has also been created. Majority of the indirect duties levied on agricultural product have been absorbed under the GST rate on agriculture. This allows every farmers, traders and cultivator to receive the input credit for the tax paid on every value addition, thus creating transparent, hassle-free and convenient supply chain. Moreover, this has led to the free and quick movement of agricultural commodities across different state borders within India. A scheme for the promotion of national agriculture market (NAM) is introduced by the central government, involving all the farmers and traders in the regulated market with a common e-commerce platform for a transparent, impartial trade of agri commodities can be termed as national agricultural market. Due to the different state VAT and APMC Agricultural Produce Market Committee laws, implementation of NAM scheme would be challenging. GST is crucial for creating a path regarding the successful implementation of NAM. Most of the indirect taxes levied on agricultural product would be subsumed under GST. GST would provide each trader the input credit for the tax paid on every value addition. This will create a transparent, hassle free supply chain which would lead to free movement of agri commodities across India. Most of the agricultural commodities are perishable in nature. An improved supply chain mechanism due to GST would reduce the time taken for interstate transportation. The benefit of reduction in time would be passed on the farmers and retailers. Some states in India like Maharashtra, Punjab, Gujarat, Haryana earn more than rupees 1000 crore from charging CST, OCT, ROI purchase tax. GST would subsume all the above taxes, hence, this state would need to be compensated for the loss of revenue. Taxes levies percentage by state on food grains purchase pre GST and post GST. Andhra Pradesh pre GST 13.12%, post GST 3.12%. Punjab pre GST 14.5%, post GST 6.5%. Haryana pre GST 11.5%, post GST 6.5%. Madhya Pradesh pre GST 9.32%, post GST 4.32%. Basic rates on agricultural sector goods and rate percentage. Seeds organic compost without brand 0%, head pumps and its parts 5%, tractors 12%, chemical fertilizers 5%, tractor tire and rim 18%, other tractor parts 18%, harvester earth grader parts 12%, insecticide 18%. GST impact on agricultural sector. Fertilizers. Earlier fertilizers were subjected to a 0 to 8% VAT which after GST will attract 12% tax. This has increased the prices of fertilizers by 5 to 7%. Second, pesticides. Pesticides have been put in the 18% tax slab, increasing from the pre GST 12% duty and VAT of 4 to 5% in same states. Tractors Tractors have been placed in a 12% exercise slab, while several of its components and accessories have been put in the 28% slab. Pumps GST rate on pump sets has been decreased to 18% from 28%, thus reducing manufacturing cost and driving sales indirectly. Agri commodities Highly used agri commodities such as rice, wheat, milk, fresh fruits, and vegetables are placed in the zero tax slab. This helps in avoiding taxes and imposed by some status. Next, fresh produce. Fresh fruits and vegetables are not subject to any taxes. However, higher rate of 12% and 18% have been introduced for dry fruits and preparations for fruits and vegetables such as fruits, jellies, paste, jams or juices which were taxed at a rate of 5% earlier. Next, produce. Processed foods like fruit and vegetables juices under GST will be taxed at 12% up from 5%. Some items like fruits, jams, jellies, etc. will be taxed even higher at 18%. Frozen produce. Frozen or chilled fruits and vegetables, whether cooked or uncooked, preserved fruits, vegetables, and nuts and areca nuts are taxed at 5%. Positive implementation on agricultural sector. As per GST Act, an agriculturist will not be liable to registered formalities to the extent of supply of produce out of cultivation of land. All basic agricultural goods which are not chargeable under current VAT laws would not be charged to tax in GST. GST is vital to enhance the performance of supply chain mechanism in terms of transparency, reliability and timeliness, which in turn will ensure reduction in waste and cost of agricultural produce. The time taken for interstate transportation will reduce. These are our positive implementation after introducing agricultural sector. Negative implementation. Custom duty is not subsumed in GST. It will be continued to impose on agricultural imports. Also, as GST being single source of tax across nation will not allow farmers anymore to take advantage of interstate price variations. Similarly, they will find difficult to get cheaper input due to constant pricing across states, unlike in previous state laws. Rates of some items have increased, thereby increased the burden on agriculture. These are all negative implementation. Finally, conclusion. An increase in cost of few agricultural product is anticipated due to the rise in inflation index for a brief period through implementation of GST is going to benefit a lot the farmers and distributors in the long run as there will a single unveiled national agricultural market. GST would ensure that farmers in India who contribute the most to GST will be able to sell their produce or the best valuable. Thank you.